Howdy folks, it's Jeff again. Today's project is to create a lateral mount for my trolling motor. I've got a nice piece of steel here. It should be quite enough for that. It's already got a bit of rust on it, which is fine because once it's got paint on it, it's going to be sealed away from it. The idea is to use the original mount for the that's on the boat itself. I'm drilling a hole probably here and here, exactly the amount of space that's going to be on there, so it locks on sideways. So the boat's here, and then over here we're going to have a mount for the actual boat itself, for the motor itself on the boat. So this is going to be hanging off the port side, so if I was going to be sitting in the cockpit, I'd be using my left hand to steer, not reaching all the way back and all that. It's not the best situation, but it'll give me a little more flexibility to be able to turn it either way and be able to maneuver that aft a little more than just having a normal fixed motor on that. So I'm going to go ahead and drill some holes, and we'll show you how it looks like on the boat. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drill the hole. It's towards the center of the boat, and then I'll measure from there by putting it beside instead of actually measuring, because you know it's going to be a little more precision than just measure. Let's see, I'm going to be in the way if I do that, so I'm going to get you there. Looks like you still can see. There's nothing special here, just making a quick drill. Should put a little oil on this. I bet it'll last though. Haven't drilled in this metal in a long time, so I expected problems. That's the pilot hole. Change up the bits and get the stepping bit. Alrighty folks, got the boat again. Now you can get a better visualization of what I'm trying to do here. That's gonna fit just fine. It's still hot too, nice. It's not just a hot day. And what's gonna happen, if you can see over here, it's gonna lock here and lock here, which should give plenty of space to put the engine mount here, and then it come out to about there, which should be just enough room for my hand to grab right there instead of me reaching all the way back to here, how I had before, which was quite uncomfortable. Made my marks for about where I want it. I have plenty of leeway. It's going to have a little bit of play in it, but it's only a 40-pound motor. It shouldn't be that much of an issue. On a personal and side note, we did try to put the Victoria 18 in the water on last Friday afternoon. And we had her in the water, we had the mast up and everything else. It looked like it was doing good. We didn't put any sails on because I actually had a heat stroke then. I haven't felt it look great since then, but I went to the doctor this afternoon, so it's not a heart issue. So my heart's in good shape, but he's not too sure what's going on with that. And I'm waiting on the blood results for that, so we're gonna see how that works out. Okay, this time, grabbing a couple of grabbers. It's a technical term. Grabbers. Just so that I can hold on to the drill itself. I don't have to worry about both. Cooled down enough. Here's a moment of truth. Now look at there. Still a bit warm over here, but that's all right. I'll be wrapping this, or after I paint it, I'm going to be wrapping this in something I can hold on to it easier. That's a little bit wishy-washy, but if I push 40 pounds on it, either way, seems to be good enough. All right, let's give you an idea what I'm going to be doing here. Basically what I'm going to do, so I'm going to pull out this piece of wood and repurpose it, holding it with those brackets, or maybe the other way, we'll figure it out. I'm going to mount that right about like that, something like that. It's going to be either on this side, so it'll fold over this way, which is backwards what you'd normally do. It'll also give me about 2 inches more space towards the bow, so I can actually get more of a handhold. Or I'll put it traditionally towards the back here, where it would come over like a normal motor would, and it'd be a lot easier to work with as far as breaking it over and whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead and go grab the motor, set it down, sit in the cockpit, and see what's gonna be like. Here I am, laying back in the cockpit as if I'd be sitting here. That's a lot easier to work with. I'll probably be fine with that. So I can still steer either way. Of course, I don't have any wood keeping it stable, but that's about where it's going to be. That's for sure a lot easier than would be otherwise. I think I'm going to go ahead and just mount it traditionally instead, so it leans over this way whenever we're there. The only thing I do worry about is that whenever this heels over to the port side, I'm worried about it getting a little wetter than that, but these things are designed for a little bit of that. But well, now we know what's going on with the iPhone. It's overheating. I guess iPhones can't handle it being outside for too terribly long while recording video. Well, while it was cooling down, I went ahead and drilled the 3 holes for this particular bracket. Got the drill marks for the other bracket, which will go here or over here. It's the same bracket either way. And I'm just drilling down to the first nip on the stepping bit, because it seems to be the best tool for the job as far as poking a hole in this. Three more holes and we're done. Unfortunately, I don't have a 2x6 piece, which would be ideal for this. Since that's comes to be back there, I'd rather have it hang over a little bit. However, I think this little scrap piece of 2x4 is going to be good enough for a proof of concept. Let's go ahead and cut this guy. screws here, probably just 4 since this is just spare wood. However, it may become permanent wood because that's just how it works out. This is pressure treated wood. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 on the top. Now I don't want to split the wood, so the first thing you do when you're doing that, pilot holes. Flush. That's not great, but as I said, this is a piece of scrap wood. Proof of concept at best. Up. Same procedure on the top. That might be a problem. Not the drill bit that was crooked, but these guys here. That actually may have to turn in. That actually may have to turn into be screws instead of bolts. So I don't think the engine's going to be able to mount there with that in the way. Guess I can't think everything through. But the good thing is that that's easily replaceable. Still need the holes there. I'm going to go ahead and remove those there so I can test. All right. This will be just fine. And of course the bit slipped out. Oh well. Ooh. Well, I think that'll hold, especially for the test. I forgot to burr that off. It ain't much. Let's go see how the motor fits. Okay, now that I got this mounted, I am seeing a couple of minor issues, which I think I can work with putting some spacers on it. But it's doing a little bit of rotating here, a little back and forth rotation. I'm just thinking probably put some spacers down or some rubber gaskets to keep this straight up. Other than that, it looks like it's good. Let's go ahead and move you guys over so you can see me attempt to steer this. Definitely a lot easier than reaching all the way back here. But it definitely has a lot of wiggle room. I do see some problems here. Probably adding a secondary board underneath there to hold that up and to control the lateral movement. We'll keep that from wiggling a bit. I definitely have enough force to keep the 40 pounds this motor can do from going anywhere. I'm just worried about this lateral wiggling motion. But that's it. That's a great experiment. Hopefully it's going to work out. Thanks for watching, y'all.